Alright everyone, this is Stammering and welcome to the channel about stammering, stuttering and everything in between. Is there anything about stammering which you've always wanted to know, which you've always been afraid to ask and because you thought you'd look stupid? Well, I have a solution for you. And welcome to Ask a Stupid Question. And no question is too basic. I think the main thing to do is just to listen to them. If they were talking and they suddenly stopped in the middle of this sentence and it's clear that they hadn't finished their sentence, wait and let them finish. And if their mouth is still moving, wait and let them finish. The main thing to know, whenever you're talking to someone who stammers, or anyone actually, it's just don't be a dick. Don't interrupt people. If they're still talking, let them finish. Have a bit of patience. Why are you in such a hurry anyway? Do you have somewhere to be? If you've got a bus to catch, just wait for them. Odds are what they're trying to say is something you want to hear. Unless they're really boring, in which case you still need to treat them with respect and still let them finish their sentence and let them talk. Because everyone wants to be listened to and wants to be heard and wants to know that somebody is giving them the time. And that's all you really need to do with someone who stammers. I will say that this very much depends on the person. If you do it to me, I will hate you forever. I don't like people trying to finish my sentences, and it makes me feel like they're not willing to wait for me. It makes me feel like I am incompetent, and because they didn't trust me to finish it myself. And honestly, it's kind of rubbing in my face that you can say it when I can't. So no. And also, a final point. A lot of the time, you're wrong. And I waste so much time when I'm trying to say stuff and people just go into autocorrect mode and they're this. And I'm mate, if you just waited and let me say it, then this would be over. However, you're stressing me out by talking at me, and saying all these words. I'm still trying to say this initial word. My brain is now trying to catch up with what you're saying, as well as what I'm trying to say. And it's stressing me out. So stop it. However, one thing I will say, and this counts for everything I will ever say on this channel, is that everybody has their own preferences. I know other people who stammer who love it when people finish their sentences. Because it means they can get away from that thing that's causing them the problem and get on to the next bit, which is just as important. It doesn't matter if someone finishes it, as long as the conversation is going in the right direction. And that makes sense as well. And so if you know someone who stammers and you want to know whether you should be finishing their sentences or not, ask them. It's fine. Most people who stammer, if they're open about it, will be happy to be yeah, I'd rather this, I'd rather that. However, I will trust you to know your friend and know whether they're comfortable to talk about it or not.
I've got a question for my mum. Question from the audience.
Oh, hello, audience question.
Audience question.
Go for it. Again, this depends. On a preference and what the person's comfortable with. I would say if the person is maintaining eye contact with you and then return the favor. If they're looking at you, then keep looking at them. And if you're worried that you're staring, then natural soft eye contact is fine. You don't need to be a boring right into their soul. You can have a bit of eye contact and glance away and back. And stuff like that. One thing I would not recommend, and this is something which happens to me quite a lot, and it really annoys me when I'm stammering, is when I'm stammering, and somebody day. Like, I think it's like because people are uncomfortable and because people don't know what to do. Like, I will like stammer in front of someone and they'll start going, and that just feels like you're not listening. That feels like you've decided, oh well, this is boring. Oh look, there's a lovely bit of ceiling there. I'll just admire the ceiling. And oh, okay, like, you're still going back to the ceiling. And it comes across as rude. Like, you might not mean it as rude. And like, you might be just trying to not put them on the spot too much. But like, honestly, like, it feels worse to feel like we're being ignored. And like, it makes us feel like we're being an inconvenience. We're here trying to say what we're trying to say, like, and you don't even have the time to wait and look us in the eye, like, and like kind of give us that space. It feels like you're being impatient. It feels like you're trying to rush us. And I am aware that most of the time, like, kind of people look away because they're trying to make us more comfortable. And I think I don't know very many people who stammer who like it when people look away and don't look back. So the short answer is like maintain like an eye contact, like, and try to make it like a natural eye contact as well, just the same way that you would in a normal conversation, like where like you do like kind of glance away occasionally, but like for the most part you maintain eye contact. Eye contact is key. I'm watching you all. This one like really made me think, and it took me like a while to come up with an answer, because I was like, no, I think people are mostly good. And then I started thinking about that word mostly. And yeah, there are things that like kind of close friends like still do, which make me uncomfortable in the moment. Like, which I don't point out because I don't want to then put the focus back onto the stammer. And this is stuff like kind of if I am trying to say something, like, and somebody like kind of cuts over me and the conversation carries on, I'm not necessarily going to be like, oi, because it makes me look like I'm overreacting. It makes me look like a drama queen. It makes me look like I'm really sensitive. And that's not the thing. It's not that I'm sensitive. Like, it's that I want to let you know that if you do interrupt me, I don't like it, and I would prefer that you don't do it. However, like, I don't always mention it in the moment, because then it feels like I'm making a bigger deal of it. Like, it feels like I'm then like interrupting like the conversation to then say that you interrupted me. And I also don't really want to like kind of pull you aside later and be like, by the way, you did this, because again, it makes me sound really petty and like I'm overreacting. And yes, I want to let you know like how to talk to me, like, and how to communicate with me, but at the same time, I don't want to sound like it's all about me, like, and that like I want you guys to talk to me like this because that's how I like it, because that's not what it is. And if you're talking to me, like, if I'm in a conversation with you, like, kind of pay attention to me. Like, if it looks like I have been cut over and that like I still want to talk, like, maybe once that point is finished, and maybe just like kind of check in with me and be like was there something you wanted to say? I might be like, nah, it's fine. Or I might be like, yes, actually, I did have something to say. And it's just kind of being aware of other people. And this like kind of doesn't just count. And like kind of for like kind of people who stammer, this is a lesson for like any like kind of group conversation. Just like kind of keep an eye on each other, like, and if it looks like someone wants to contribute, like, then like make sure that they have the time to do it. Alright everyone, this is your editor. When I recorded these back in April last year, so almost a year ago now, I did not record enough outros. So here it is. If you liked it, please leave a comment, please subscribe, please let me know what you want from this channel. All of my social media is in the description as well, and I just want to say a massive thank you. This is the first thing I've recorded since starting this channel, and I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's interacted with the channel in any way, whether you've watched, whether you've subscribed, liked, whether you've messaged me like on social media. I appreciate all of it.
It's amazing to know that people are interested and are following along. And I promise my next outro will not be handheld on my phone. Bye.